All right, we are back. Peanut Gallery, take it away.
Well, speaking of Syko Stu, he is out of the hospital.
I know. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, I know. No charges have been formally filed, but I expect there to be charges.
I hope so. I hope you throw this fucking kid in prison.
I know, seriously, is disgusting. Although Mr. Beast did raise $200,000.
I know.
$20,000, not $200,000. Gave $20,000.
I know, it's awesome.
Right.
Chris Jericho put in quite a bit too. I think they're the top 2 contributors to that GoFundMe.
Yeah.
So if you want to kick it over there, I'm sure you can find it.
Yep. All right, so let's talk about the Matt Riddle drama.
I was going to talk about that, but you already had the picture.
So Matt Riddle was scheduled to appear at what he thought wasn't a charity event, what turned out to be a charity event. He no-showed. And people in the promoters weren't very happy about it. And he tried to defend himself. Do you have any... Because he talked about a lot of different things on that.
So
Instagram. It was an Instagram.
It was an Instagram live. Yeah. So all right. Here's sort of the gist of the situation regarding Matt Riddle. He claimed that the event was not a charity event until the last second, and that has been proven false. Excuse me, because Al Snow promoted a month and a half before that this was a charity event. Mm-hmm. I will give Matt Riddle credit that all expenses that were put on regarding his appearance and the deposit that they gave him has been returned. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to give the 2 thumbs up for him about that because that's the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. Matt Riddle claimed that they promised him signings and multiple matches, but I guess no. Mm-hmm. And yet they were promoting that Matt Riddle was going to be doing signings during that event. Well, not during the event, but around that event. That was promoted. And then for an unknown reason, he decided to go off on different tangents. He called AJ Lee somebody who got around, which is patently false. He said that CM Punk was a creep for having female friends. And it's like, dude, have you seen his wife? Why would he cheat on her? I don't get it. Also, it's fine if you are coworkers and friends. Like my other job, I have friends there that are much older than me, and it doesn't matter. They're friends. It's so weird.
Yeah, it is. I think he was probably on something when he was doing that shit.
He also talked about his OnlyFans too, which was super weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I make enough money. I do this great thing on OnlyFans. I'm like, I don't give a...
No one cares.
It was really strange.
It was.
I hope he...
Speaking of former WWE star, Ronda Rousey. So we got more insight into why Ronda Rousey did not stick with the WWE. She was frustrated with the fact that they brought in a bunch of MMA stars, a lot of them her friends.
Okay.
They were constantly teasing about bringing together the 4 MMA horsewomen. Mm-hmm. And they never did. Never materialized. She wanted to go to the WWE to have feuds with her MMA fighting friends.
Okay, well, the problem is that other than Shayna Baszler, Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir were not at your guys' level.
No. She stated that she was very frustrated. She had an ultimatum. Eventually, her ultimatum was made that she wanted to have a match with one of her MMA.
And that was with Shayna Baszler.
That was with Shayna Baszler. That's the only reason that match happened, was because she said that if she didn't, she would leave the company.
But then she left the company
left the company anyways. Right. So, I mean, I guess I understand that she had a vision of bringing MMA feuds into WWE and that sort of thing. But she was also talking with Vince McMahon, who famously never really liked wrestling, never really liked fighting.
Right.
UFC. He was not a UFC guy. So, that was just the frustrations that came about. She said that Vince was really hard to work with, which, yes, we all know this. But yeah, it was interesting to see that side of Ronda's, what her vision was. I think it would have been interesting But yeah, you're right. The other two were just never ready. Shayna Baszler was the only one who could probably have matched that level. But
I don't know if Marina or Jessamine or whatever her name was, if they ever went to wrestling school, but Shayna Baszler did go to wrestling school. She was trained by Josh Barnett.
Right.
So there was that level of difference. And it's like, Ronda, you went to WWE. You should have expected to know what was going on.
Right.
You are not in full control of what you were doing. That was
and
Vince
honestly,
McMahon's
Vince
world.
McMahon just wanted to use because Ronda Rousey was a household name at that point in time. So.
Well, yeah, why wouldn't you?
Right.
She wanted to. She was a big fan of wrestling. She wanted to do wrestling, and that's what happened.
And there we go, and there we have it.
I'm not going to deny her impact to women's wrestling. I don't think they would have main evented that first WrestleMania without the Ronda Rousey name. I'm sorry, that's just the reality of the situation. But she's retired as well. She said she's pretty much done with it. Said that Vince was a creep, whatever. We sort of expected that, whatever.
All right, so this is Klon, or El Klon. This is Hologram's doppelganger. Apparently being Arez is the person who is behind the El Klon, who is famously a longtime rival of RME, rival and tag team partner of RME's, who is Hologram.
Right.
So I don't like it. It's really weird.
It's so stupid.
It is really stupid.
It's really stupid. Thank God it's on Collision.
I know, right? So Taz was inducted into the Hardcore Hall of Fame.
Yep.
And he requested that AEW not put it on their shows. And they didn't.
Good.
I just wanted to be... it was filmed.
Yeah.
But it wasn't on their regular programming.
That's fine. I'm okay with that.
All right, so Chris Jericho finally is addressing his rumored WWE return because his contract is up at the end of the year.
Yep.
He said that he is staying with AEW for now. I don't know what that means. He is, though, open to a WWE comeback. I would think that if he is nearing his retirement run, I think that he would probably want to go back to the WWE to do special matches and whatever for a limited number of dates. But he has to get in shape.
I mean, nobody wants to see Chris Jericho anymore, so there's really not much of a point, to be honest with you.
Right. Speaking of people who are interested who might be interested in going to WWE, the Righteous. They are wrapping up their indies schedule.
And they're not taking anything new. And that usually is a sign
that a certain company is going to be wanting to bring them in.
Right.
And they had a tryout in 2022. It did not work out for them. So maybe this time it will. Obviously, there is a different management structure.
Yep. 2022 WWE and 2025 WWE are incredibly different WWEs.
They are. All right, so John Cena's retirement match is going to be in Washington, D.C. in December. And we don't know who the opponent is, but it's interesting that Boston was not selected as the final location.
Right. Or at least Chicago, because that's where Cena made his debut.
Yeah.
But his final SmackDown was last week in Chicago.
Right. Which is fine.
So is he going to do stuff on Raw then?
I don't know. He has very few dates left, so I don't know how they're going to work the rest of that schedule.
And then we already have WrestlePalooza set.
Yeah.
So, oops, wrong way.
Yeah, wrong way. Okay, so we talked about AJ Lee's return, but apparently it was kept very quiet.
Good.
No one backstage, most people backstage didn't even know that AJ was coming back to the company, which is good. She did ultimately sign a contract, though.
It's a multi-year deal,
It
too.
is. So we're going to be seeing a lot more of her. People, we need to stop. I'm talking to you, sickos.
Yeah, the little freakazoids need to chill out about. She wasn't that impactful. She was very overrated. I heard overrated a lot.
Oh my god, it was so stupid.
Yeah, Mercedes Moné is incredibly overrated. If that's
speaking of someone who surprisingly had a contract signed, Brock Lesnar was actually a free agent for a while during his hiatus, which I don't think anyone knew that he was a free agent for a while.
He was kind of a lightning rod when
Yeah.
it came to signing Lesnar to do anything. So, but I think he was actually still a free agent when he did his appearance at SummerSlam, but he didn't ink the contract yet.
I'm not 100%, but I thought it was interesting that because I don't think even any wrestling news sources knew that Brock Lesnar was a free agent.
Well, yeah, because Lesnar keeps his personal life so secret.
That is true, but you would think that someone with dirt sheets would figure that out, and you thought that Tony Khan would be like frothing at the mouth for Brock Lesnar.
I don't think Brock Lesnar would sign with any other wrestling company. Now, don't hold me to that, but I just don't think. I just can't see it.
No. All right, so let's talk about this. This was so switch up.
This was so stupid.
It was so stupid. So people thought that Wade Barrett was no longer going to be on commentary. He actually is just taking a few weeks off. He'll be back, maybe on a different brand because they're doing a little bit of shuffle with the commentators on the brands.
So what I heard is that it's going to be business as usual when he comes back because. So he made some comments about Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella responded. Wade Barrett said that's not what happened, and I tend to agree with Wade Barrett because there was no reason why Wade Barrett would purposely ignore Nikki Bella for any reason. And then people are like, well, because of those comments, Wade was taken off, and it's like, no,
Wade, I think, is just taking a couple weeks off. He's planned this 9 months ago.
Right, so it's fine. He's okay. He will be back on commentary. They wouldn't take Wade Barrett off.
Wade Barrett's a great commentator.
He's a great commentator. Will you stop scrolling through Instagram?
No.
But
that's about it. When we come back, it is Clash in Paris. I got it right this time.
Yes, you did.